Hey, it's Melissa with the M Word. If you're new here, I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kiddos. I have an 8-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old, and we are in our 4th year of homeschooling. If you've been around for a while, you know that I have been using Timberdoodle almost since we started homeschooling. The only year we didn't use it was our very first year of homeschooling when my daughter was in pre-K, and we've been using it since she was in kindergarten now. So we've had her kindergarten kit, her first grade kit, and her 2nd grade kit from Timberdoodle. We did not use a pre-K kit with them. But when I bought her kindergarten kit, I also bought a tiny tot kit and I bought a preschool kit for my younger 2. And at the time I had a daycare open. So I used a lot of the preschool and tiny tot kits with my daycare as well. Since then, I have used them a ton. I am one of their bloggers. I love working with them. We love Timberdoodle on homeschool. If you don't know what Timberdoodle is an award-winning all-in-one curriculum kit. They package everything into a kit for you, and then you purchase that kit and it gets shipped to you and everything is in there. Timberdoodle is a family-owned business. They were founded in 1985 and they started as a really small company, like back porch, everyday company, and they've expanded into a multi-warehouse business, and that's awesome. I love that I think they were much smaller when I started, even like just 3 years ago, than they are now. And to me, they're still a small company. They're still family owned. They still use their products for their grandchildren who are being homeschooled. I have never had a company more amazing when it comes to customer service. They have been impeccable. I've only had one issue once, and it was, I want to say it was our kindergarten year, where the test book for the test book for Matthew C didn't come. And originally I was like, well, am I really going to test her? Maybe I just won't say anything. But then I was like, well, what if I need it later? So I messaged them and I said, hey, mine didn't come with the test book. And they're like, oh, okay, can you double check here and here? Because it should have been pre-wrapped from Matthew C. I might have said all about reading a second ago. Sorry. From Matthew C. The test book from Matthew C was missing from Alpha. And it should have been wrapped in the kit that they get directly from Matthew C. It shouldn't have even been anything that would have been missing in their warehouse. So they had me double check a few places, make sure it definitely wasn't still in that saran wrap or just in there weird or something. It definitely was not. I was definitely missing the book. So they just sent me a copy, replacement copy. They only asked me to double check because it had come from another company that way, and then they just packaged it. So it was confusing why it wouldn't have been there. But they did fix that, and other than that, I've only ever had like random questions for them, and they've always been super prompt about answering it. They have a little chat thing on their website. You just type in your question. If it's after hours, the chat will get sent to one of their emails, and then they'll email you back as soon as the person gets in the morning usually. I've never had really a response take longer than 48 hours. I don't even think I've ever had one take that long. Usually like 24 hours max, unless it's like a weekend and I messaged like late on a Friday, then I won't get an answer until like Monday. I know at first glance when you're looking at the kit prices, and it seems like a lot at first, but when I first started using Timberdoodle, had gone through to decide which kit I wanted, and I went and I wrote down every piece that I wanted, and I was already planning on using Matthew C. All About Reading. I had found those on my own. Those were definitely things I wanted to use, and I found those. And I still needed a science program. I found that they had a science program that seemed great for me, especially for kindergarten. They had a handwriting course in there. The one I planned on using, I think was Channy's at the time. And I had compiled everything on their list, and then I went and sourced it myself because I was like, there's no way it's cheaper to not just go figure it out myself. By the time I was done, even not counting all the extra shipping that would have come from those other companies from buying just pieces here and there, they would have been charging shipping. I was already over what Timberdoodle wanted for the whole kit with free shipping. So as long as you order their kits, I think it's still this way, that it's free shipping. So I was double checking. They do still have free shipping when you order a kit. And while I was double checking, I learned they brought back their free gift with purchase as well, as long as you have a qualifying purchase. So since I have figured out that it was actually cheaper to buy from them than to compile every single one of those pieces myself, I decided to order their kit because honestly, I like their extras. I could have just bought the basic kit, which would have had your writing, your spelling, your Matthew C, your All About Reading, and your thinking skills, I think is all that was in there. I could have just done that, but honestly, we really liked the extra STEM items, and we really liked their approach for independent technology-based school and all the extras that came with the Elite Kit. So we actually get a customized Elite Kit for all of our kids, and that's what I go with. They also have an additional student kit, so you don't have to buy an entire kit for every child. And I do recommend though, when you order, if it's not your first year ordering, to make sure you go in and double check that you don't need to change anything. So like Matthew C, you don't need to buy the blocks every year. You just need to go in and customize your kit to just the pieces and not the blocks as well. Same thing with All About Reading. You just need the level up kit. You don't need the whole new kit. So if it's not your first year order, it can actually be cheaper as long as you make sure you go in there and make sure you're not accidentally ordering extra things you don't need. We personally use our tax return every year to order our Timberdoodle kits. I still pay for my kits up front, and my kits, I would never change it. I love Timberdoodle. That is probably the one thing that will never change in our homeschool. I love that it's all done for me. I love that it has a handbook that tells me what to do and when to do it. I love that they are using all the items that I would already be using. I love that they're constantly looking and seeing what is new and best and awesome out there. Like, for example, they have already changed the science in the they've changed the science in the kindergarten kit from what I had when we purchased a kit. And they're not just stagnantly sitting on something because that's what worked in 1985. They are constantly looking and exploring and finding new things. Companies that have changed and done better, for companies that are new, they're constantly looking and making sure those kits encompasses what they think is the best out there. And that is why they're award-winning kits. They have award-winning curriculum kits, and that is why, because they're constantly looking to see what else is out there. And you got to remember, their grandkids are still using these kits too. They want it to work for them too. And I do have some people sometimes ask me, are the kits accredited? And when I was looking out in Timberdoodle, it seems like they get that question a lot too. Accreditation is only for public schools or private schools, like an actual school. So the curriculums themselves are not accredited. So then Timberdoodle, short answer, is not accredited, but it's not because they're not, it's because they can't be. But I think what most people are really asking is if Timberdoodle meets your state requirements. And Timberdoodle is amazing enough to actually put a link on their website for you. And I'll just drop that link right here in the description box below for you guys. You don't have to go searching for it. Just click the link, go through, find your state, and decide if the kits are missing anything for you. For my state personally, we were in Wisconsin, and they require reading, language arts, math, social studies, science, and health. Health is the one thing Timberdoodle does not have in their second grade kit. Other ones, when I was kind of scrolling through, a lot of the ones that stood out were they don't meet FIED. And FIED's pretty easy. It's playing outside. That counts. It totally counts. Playing outside counts as FIED. And especially in the younger grades. But as they get older, I mean, you could always do extra. And that's why Wisconsin, I think, covers as health and not FIED, because they want you to be teaching your kid about germs and hygiene and about reproduction. And they want you to be teaching those things about health, and you can figure that out on your own. I know many people just order a health book and do that. Wisconsin also offers a free health on the Wisconsin State thing. There is a health link. When you're looking for homeschooling, they have a whole thing. It's all free resources you can print and use if you choose to do that instead. But regardless, that's my brain rambles a lot, and I'm sorry. So back to what I was saying though. A lot of the times they do meet your state requirements. There is usually one or two things, FIED, health, that they don't meet. FIED will probably never be met on any kit. Health is sometimes, I think, covered on a couple of kits, but I don't know for sure because I didn't look. So just double check, and don't just take their word for it. Double check your own state website and make sure the rules haven't changed, since the website they do have to upload their website, so it might be delayed if a rule has changed. So just double check it on your own too. And of course, if you buy the kits, it comes with the scheduler, the whole notebook scheduler, the whole scheduler. I can show you one. I did find the Tiny Tot curriculum plan. It was the closest thing to me, so that's what I grabbed right away. But it does come with the handbook. This is the Tiny Tot curriculum handbook from 2020. So it's a little different, but it's still the gist of what it is. It comes with your code in it now for your online scheduler. So all these schedules in here that they provide for you, you can go online and adjust it to fit your family's needs. So if you need to change to only 3 days a week, or if you need to change to taking an entire week out, or if you need to add in something like ballet classes on Thursdays or ballet classes on Wednesdays or Tuesdays or whatever, you can do that, which is why I love Timberdoodle. So this video was my review on the Timberdoodle kit. Like I said, we've been using them for 3 out of our 4 years of homeschooling. I have full intentions of using every single year worth of Timberdoodle kits. My son next year will be doing their pre-K kit, and my daughter will be doing their 3rd grade kit, and my youngest one will still probably be doing the top kit that I have from 2020. So if you have any questions for me, or if you need any links, they're all in the description box below. Questions, go in the comments, and I will talk to you next time.